Hello everyone, I hope you are well. My name is Nick. As we look at this game in demo mode, what is the game? Well, it's Hero on the Commodore 64, and Hero, as I'm sure you'll know, stands for Helicopter Emergency Rescue Operation, and this game was published by Activision in 1984. It's a game I've already looked at on the Atari 2600 and I really liked it, so I thought we'd have a look to see how it plays on the Commodore 64. Also come out on the ZX Spectrum, haven't looked at that quite yet, so might have a look at that, but the idea is quite straightforward. You control this guy with a helicopter jetpack. Here we start off, and we must rescue trapped miners by putting dynamite next to walls like that. But if you don't get out the way quick enough, you will blow up as well and lose a life. You've got limited amounts of dynamite. There we go. We've rescued the guy, and the air gradually runs down. If we run out of air, we're dead. So you can't dawdle her out on the more complicated levels. That's the phrase I was trying to say. Right, so different routes, kill all the meanies, don't get killed yourself, and race against the clock. So it's quite basic, you'll be into this quite quickly. And I love the Atari 2600 version, and already I love this version as well. The graphics are a bit more defined, and there's some detailing on the rocks there, nice colour changes. This is a good one already. Although I have noticed you do have to be a bit quicker to get out the way of the dynamite. The Atari 2600 version tended to give you a little bit more time, unless that's my imagination. The levels seem to be identically laid out, so I'm using my knowledge from those previous games to not look like a complete nincompoop, but I might be still looking like a nincompoop if you play this a lot back in the day. So we won't be completing it. These are never walkthroughs, as I'm sure regular viewers know. We'll just try and do as many levels as we possibly can. Right, so... Oops, that was a mistake. So, what's tricky about this as well is to put the dynamite down, it's down on the joystick. And if I mistakenly do down when I'm flying, it could be a bit of bother. But you can get used to that quite quickly. Generally, the correct route is where all the nasties are. You do have a choice of routes. Some lead to dead ends. Get past that arm grabbing me, or spider. On level 4, so not getting too bad. Avoid that spider hanging from nothing. Oops. And also as well, there are lights in the cavern. If you bump into the lights, it will all go dark, making your challenge that bit more difficult. So try and avoid hitting those lights. There's one there. Perhaps we can go the other way around. Good sounds on the helicopter. Apart from that, there's not too much else, but that's all you need for a game like this. It's puzzle based, it's addictive, and I think a kid would have got quite a lot of enjoyment out of this. You'd have played this for quite some time. So it takes a bit of brain power, this one, working out the best way forward, and I think they make for very good games. We're not going to be playing this for hours and hours, just to get you a bit of a gist of how it plays. So if you still own the original hardware, the Commodore 64, or you own emulation, is this one worth tracking down or not? I would say it is. Gets gradually more difficult on later stages, or not now. There is lava flows. If we touch those, it's instant death. Level 5, that wasn't bad going for me. So we'll start again. No, oh no, this is the demo mode happening here. Right. So the computer will show you how to do a few levels if you leave it running, but this is now me again. I'm not sure what happens if you run out of dynamite. I guess gradually you'll run out of power. I thought that was air before, but it is power. But the same sort of difference. Goes down a bit like Manic Miner once you completed the level. But this time you're not a Manic Miner. You're rescuing trapped miners that of some reason have got trapped down here behind walls and cave-ins and all that sort of stuff. If you've completed the game, then let me know what happens at the end. Do have a look at my Atari 2600 version of this game. It's much more basic, but the addictiveness is still there. This just adds an extra bit to it. I'm looking forward to seeing how it looks eventually on the ZX Spectrum. We'll do that maybe in a few weeks' time. But I think the Spectrum version might struggle for speed and the colour. But we'll see. As long as it still captures the gameplay, then I'll be a big fan of it, I'm sure. Spectrum is my favourite system. I owned that back in the day and I grew up with it. But it is good having a look at last at these other 8-bit systems, seeing what else was about. Right. Yeah, I blew myself up again. That's not very good. So this game is not going as good as my last go. I'm not sure why he's using a helicopter underground. That seems a bit dangerous. Maybe a jetpack will be better. And I think on some other systems he is wearing a jetpack rather than this helicopter rotor blade. Doesn't tend to make too much sense, does it really? But he's a hero. Helicopter emergency rescue operation. Does such a thing exist? Maybe not in this format. Oops, I'm doomed. Captain Mandarin, I'm doomed. We're doomed. Yes, demo mode again. Good, good. So I'm not sure how long you can leave it before it keeps showing you various levels how to do it. But the computer's not a very good player, a bit like me. So level 1, very easy. There we go. That's that done. That's him rescued. I'm sure he could have found his own way out, the lazy fool. Okay, put that there. Good. Come on, sir. So I think I've got the first few levels pegged, then it gets a bit more difficult when the lava kicks in. The levels do get ridiculously difficult later on with moving platforms and stuff, I think. Don't know any cheats for this one, but on the ZX Spectrum I might very well be able to look up some pokes because they seem to be a bit more readily available, so we might be able to get quite far into that one. I tend not to review the same game on the same system one after the other because I run out of stuff to say, to be honest. I've got to keep it fun. Right. That's that bat killed. So this isn't one for the RSPCA or lovers of animals, but we just have to say that all the animals in this are utterly evil. And they've trapped the miners on purpose. You're rescued, sir. Right. I bet he's dying for a sandwich and a cold beer. Which I am as well now I said that. Why have I just put that image into my brain? Give me a sandwich and a cold beer. If you're a major beer manufacturer out there and want me to review your beer, then send me a huge crate. Let me know. I'm always one for a freebie. I'll get everything reviewed. Everything that gets sent to me I will review. Right, I need to multi-task. I need to get the stuff in. Right, that's that spider killed. Well, okay. I probably won't review cutlery. That's going to be quite a boring video. Here's a review of a wooden ladle. Oh, views 0. Right, we know what to do here. Drift past all this mess. This is a little bit tricky, this spider hand thing coming out, but we can get the time in here. We'll sit here, get the time in. Go. Yay. Hurrah. I wonder what they're mining here. Coal, gold, tin, raspberries, custard. It could be a whole range of things. I'm not an expert on mining or the periodic table, but I'm sure raspberries and custard are on it. Mind you, though, I wouldn't want a car made out of raspberries. That'd be quite poor. Oh, we don't really need to kill that. Oh dear, do we? Right, there's volcanic lava about the place. We need to get rid of that spider who's guarding this. Right, this is further than we got before, but still on level 5. Don't make silly mistakes. Oh, look, lava both sides. Yeah, see, if you touch that, you're doomed. You've got to get right close to it. Right close to it. Right, got past that. Don't touch lava. That's a good tip for the game and in real life if you come across it. But one stick of dynamite destroys lava. Oh, there's the man there. Hooray! Level 6 or 8. Man, I'm super brilliant at this game, am I? This is the first time, believe it or not, I've played this version. Always a bit more fun coming into it not knowing too much. Right, because this gives you a bit of an idea of what it'd been like as a kid. Playing your first or second go. Would you come back to it or would you just ditched it completely? And I think a kid would have come back to this one. Generally as you get older with these 8-bit games your gameplay gets worse. I don't know if you've noticed that a kid would look at it and then be brilliant at it almost straight away. Which is pretty annoying. Right, down here. Oh, lava. No, we don't. Oh, no. Didn't want to touch lava. That's the last thing I wanted to do. Right, drop through here. Be careful of what you're landing on. But that looks okay. Oh no, I've hit a light, so that's gone out. Doing it in the dark is not... Oh, Nicky, why did you do that for, you fool? That was damn stupid. Oh no, he's done it again. He's suddenly gone mental. He got crazy that he'd managed to get to level 6, then lost 2 lives going into volcanic lava. As the thing now goes into demo mode. Let's see how good he does. Well, he's rescued that bloke. Well done, AI computer. I think we'll leave that one there. We've seen all the gameplay. I really like that game. It's a good one. So track it down if you're a Commodore 64 fan or an 8-bit fan or have the software or an emulator. Highly recommended. If you've got any views about this game or similar games, then please put your thoughts below. You're always more than welcome. A massive thanks to everyone that's subscribed so far. If you're liking what you're seeing and you haven't subscribed so far, please consider doing so, because that helps me a great deal. If you want to help the channel a bit more and get a shout out each month for any projects you're doing and so forth, there's patreon.com/njenkin. Every bit of support is really appreciated, it really is. Until next time, take great care of yourself and are very fond. Goodbye.
Goodbye.